I'm Abby Lindy, pharmacist and owner at Beaver Dam Hometown Pharmacy. Today we're going to talk about magnesium. So magnesium is super important in our body. It's a required cofactor for 300 enzymatic reactions. And when we think of ATP, ATP actually functions as a magnesium complex. So it's really, really important. And unfortunately, it's actually the most common mineral deficiency in the United States. A 3-year study looked at intake from food of magnesium and found that 60% of people over the age of 2 did not meet the minimum requirements. So magnesium is something that I often am recommending to patients because of this knowledge. The other thing to keep in mind is the symptoms of low magnesium. So that's things like muscle cramping, palpitations, anxiety, and insomnia. Those are things that a lot of our patients are struggling with. The other thing is low magnesium has been correlated with diabetes, heart disease, osteoporosis, lots of things that, again, we can have a big impact on our patient's health. One last thing to think about is that conditions like Crohn's disease, renal disease, and taking diuretics increase our need for magnesium. Another reason why magnesium is super important. So the problem with magnesium is that number one, we're not getting enough from food sources like nuts, beans, cooked spinach, and then some fortified foods. But when we think of supplementation, the absorption is the big issue. So the most commonly supplemented form of magnesium is magnesium oxide. And some studies have found that we absorb as little as 4% of the magnesium oxide that we take. And so, as many of you know, the side effect that limits how much magnesium we can take, magnesium oxide, is diarrhea. What happens is magnesium oxide requires or depends on passive transport from the gut into the body, and then the rest stays in the gut, bringing water along with it, causing those limiting side effects. One nice thing that Ortho has done with their reacted magnesium is they have several forms of magnesium in the product, but one of the forms is a chelated form. So they have chelated the magnesium to an amino acid, and so it takes advantage of the active transport of those amino acids into the body from the gut. It takes advantage of that and allows us to absorb more magnesium. So we're able to absorb more magnesium without having the side effect. So that's a bonus. I have tons of patient stories about supplementing with magnesium. My favorite one is a client that I worked with who had just chronic insomnia. She would lay in bed, she'd wake up, 1, 2, 3 in the morning and force herself to stay in bed until 4 o'clock, so then get up at 4 o'clock every day because she felt like that was finally a normal time to get up. And a combination of sleep hygiene, bedtime routine, and supplementing with magnesium, she now is able to sleep through the night and wakes up feeling rested and focused, and she's feeling great. So, and actually the magnesium stories that I get it's probably one of the most common, success stories that I hear from people is when they supplement with magnesium. So it's one product that I definitely have in my store, and I love the Ortho product specifically. And if you have any questions about magnesium, I'd be happy to talk to you. Give me a call at Beaver Dam Hometown Pharmacy and we can chat.